Question number 1 in the name of Paul Goldsmith.
Mr Speaker, thank you. My question is to the Minister of Finance and asks, what reports has he seen about forecasts for the New Zealand economy and how are these being reflected in levels of business confidence?
Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, we're now regularly seeing reports showing that the economy is continuing to strengthen, producing more jobs and higher incomes. In particular, in authoritative sources, the International Monetary Fund's annual World Economic Outlook, which forecasts that New Zealand would, this year and next year, have the 5th highest growth rate out of 35 developed economies. New Zealand's growth rate was picked to be 2.5% for each of the next 2 years. The average growth rate for advanced economies less than half that at 1.2%. Closer to home, the Services Index rose to its highest level since the survey began in 2007, and the ANZ September Business Outlook shows business confidence at its highest level since March 1999.
Supplementary question, Paul Goldsmith.
To the Minister, in light of improving business confidence, what reports has he seen about staff hiring intentions amongst businesses?
Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, of course it's important that high levels of confidence convert into higher levels of jobs, but if you don't have the confidence first, you certainly won't get the jobs following. The ANZ report I referred to in my previous answer says, and I quote, employment and general investment intentions remain rock solid at plus 19 or 20% respectively. That is, on a net 19 or 20% businesses going to expand their hiring and their investment. TradeMe's vacancy data shows that vacancies advertised on that site rose by 9.6% in the last quarter compared with the previous quarter. The head of TradeMe Jobs was quoted as saying, "We're becoming confident that the buoyancy in the Kiwi job market isn't temporary. It reflects an increasing confidence as employers look to boost investment in new staff."
Supplementary question, Paul Goldsmith.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister, how is an increase in employment intentions likely to flow through to wage growth?
Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, the government has been very focused on higher incomes as well as more jobs through what have been some pretty challenging economic circumstances. Nominal wage growth remains subdued, but this needs to be seen in the context of subdued consumer inflation. The New Zealand Income Survey released a couple of weeks ago showed that the median weekly wage and salary income increased by $844 or 4.8% between June 2012 and June 2013. Wage growth has to be based on business confidence, improved profitability and good economic momentum.
Supplementary question, Paul Goldsmith.
To the Minister. Thank you, Mr Speaker. What are the latest figures on inflation and how is that likely to affect households and the wider economy?
Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, the CPI came out today showing a rise of 1.4% in the year to September. About half the increase was attributable to higher petrol prices and seasonally higher vegetable prices. The long period of restrained inflation and low interest rates has been significant in helping New Zealand households get on top of their debt and enjoying the benefit of real increases in wages, even though they have had relatively low wage increases. This is a lot better than the picture just 5 years ago, where inflation was running at 5% instead of 1.4%, and first mortgage rates were 10.5% instead of 5% when Labor left office.
Question number 2, Honourable David Cunliffe.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the